Well, hey there, howdy folks, it's Doug again. Been a minute since I made a video like this. I've been focusing more on my screen captures for Xbox, Battlefield style. Um, but I have another topic that I think needs to be talked about. I know it's been discussed in like depth by a lot of people, but here are my 2 cents, so I hope you enjoy it. This is Doug Saves Gun Control, okay? Um, so before you click off, I do have a unique take, I believe, on the topic. So here goes. I love to shoot guns. I will. I live in. I don't know if you can notice this map, but I live in Crawford County, Michigan, and I'm not sure about the exact statistics, but like everybody here owns guns, and there's nothing wrong with that. I appreciate firearms. I just said I love to shoot them. I love being out there. I think there's a lot of skill involved. I believe that there's a lot of what have you. Like I just enjoy the experience. I think the smell of it is nice. The skill involved. I said like it's okay. So I do. But the Second Amendment in the United States says a well-regulated militia. But everybody seems to forget that part, right? And I'm not sure why. A regular army, okay, that's controlled by the government, but a militia is civilian controlled, okay? But they have to be at least regulated in some. So here's my interpretation of how we can regulate this. And I don't know if you know Kyle Kalinske and the Secular Talk YouTube channel, but he's mentioned this before. And we should treat guns like cars. I believe you should be trained and take tests and have to be licensed and even insured. And now, you buy a gun, you have to get insurance, general liability insurance, just in case something bad does happen with that firearm, even if it isn't your fault. Okay? So, to that respect, like I said, I live in Grayling, and like pretty much everybody here owns guns. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. But it would be nice. I'm making this I'm making this comparison with cars because when I get in my truck and I drive down the street, I have like a reasonable assumption that people who are also driving know what they are doing. And that it might be a false sense of security because obviously people can drive cars without license, they can drive cars without being tested, but for the most part, you do have to have a license, you do have to have insurance, you do have to get tested to do that. So I worry about all these people out here with guns because trust me, there are plenty of them. And it's not even the malicious aspect. I'm not worried about being like gunned down, drive-by shooting, anything like that. That's not really my main concern where I am at geographically. I really worry about accidental discharge. Okay, so because you're not going to give a 16-year-old kid keys to your car and say, "Have a good day," without you got to get a license. You have to go through a test. You have to be like certified to be able to handle that vehicle. And I think the same should apply to guns. I don't understand why there's a big outcry against some sort of regulate, because something does need to happen. And again, I'm not like worried I'm going to get killed or murdered. I'm just worried some hillbilly is going to shoot his gun up in the air and the trajectory of that bullet is going to fall right on my noggin. Okay? It's not like I'm terrified of that situation, but it is possible. So, yeah, with that being said, I mean, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. In my opinion, having people take tests, having people get a license, having people be insured when they purchase a firearm will ensure my ability to purchase firearms. Because, yeah, it will suck. It does suck to have to go to the DMV and have to get, blah, 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 and pay more money to the government. I understand that. It is not a pleasurable experience, but it's better than not having any guns at all. So I find this as the most reasonable compromise, especially on my part, because obviously the gun control advocates are winning. But to me, there does need to have something needs to happen, and yeah, and that's what I think. I mean, imagine you have to get your eyes tested to drive a car. Well, shouldn't you have to have your eyes tested to shoot a gun? Seems like a logical thing to do. So I really do appreciate if you watch this. Again, if you do, you are the resistance, and I hope that makes you feel better. So with that being said, I do.